Hey folks, Shaw here with Royal Tiger Imports, and today I'm here to show you all another unboxing video. Today we've got a pallet of SIG Sauer P226s that we just recently received out of Europe, and we've already gone ahead and opened up one box of the roughly 10 or so pistols that we've got in front of us here, and we've even got some sealed boxes that we've left out of this pallet so we can open them up in front of y'all. Let's go ahead and take a close look at some of the ones we've got open here already. You can see that these are in the factory box as they were processed out of the factory. And let's go ahead and take a closer look at this one here. So there's your factory 226 label box, and that one has our factory manual on it, of course in German and English, French, etc. Now we've also got a factory target here. That is pretty interesting. And of course, the star of the show, we have the pistols themselves. There's a pretty standard SIG Sauer P226. Let's make sure that one is unloaded. And that one's in not too bad a shape overall. This has got a little bit of wear on the high spots of the slide, as well as on the top of the barrel, which is very typical for SIG Sauer pistols. Over time, they get a little bit of wear at the top of the barrel where the slide interacts with it. But overall, that one is not bad at all. It's got our standard 15-round magazine. You can see the witness holes at the back. And again, it's pretty standard, but it's a solid pistol. I've got your disassembly lever here, so if we rotate that over, it's a little difficult at times. We can rotate that over. That one's a little tough. Pop our magazine out. Slide comes right off on that. You've got your full-length rail uninterrupted there. And then if we slide that back on, slide lock, that is back together. We've also got our decockered lever, and as you saw just now, the slide release as well as the slide lock. It is a double action and single action pistol, and it's worth mentioning these are all in standard 9mm. No 40 Smith & Wesson or 357 SIG in this shipment. These are strictly standard 9mm parabellum. It's nice because 9mm is as available as it's ever been. Right now, post-COVID, 9mm is much cheaper than it's been in the past years. So now that we've got 9mm pistols in, like these and the CZ75s, etc., these are great shooters for a pretty reasonable price. Let's go ahead and take a look at one of these sealed boxes while we're at it. Open this up with an M1 carbine bayonet we got laying around, and let's get a first look at these. And if we can, there we go. Would you look at that? More factory boxes. It's interesting because usually when these come in from European police forces or something like that, you don't really see them coming in the factory boxes. Generally speaking, they're just getting returned from a police department, but these are a little more interesting. And right off the bat, again, pretty standard. This one's got a little bit more wear on the grips, but the frame itself is in pretty good shape. You notice our SIG Arms logo as well on the grip there. And one other thing while we're at it to mention is on these 226 pistols, it's got some proof marks as well as a 2-letter date code at the very bottom there. This one in particular would be a 98 for the K and J. There's a reference table online to decode the basically A being 0, B being 1, etc., matching up to the date codes on here. So a lot of these are late 90s and early 2000s. We've also got some that are 2001, 2002. Again, a little bit later production for the 226, but still early enough to where you've got the slick bottom here with no rail. It's just, again, pretty standard, but nonetheless, they're great pistols. They're very well proven. They've been used by many police force and militaries all around the world, and we're glad to finally get these in here. let's take one last look at some other ones we've unboxed here. These are in a slightly different case as how we've received them. And it's worth noting right off the bat, that one has a few different appearance differences right there. So different style grips. That's not the rubberized grip, but instead this is the plastic grip with the stippling on it, both on the side as well as the back strap of this one. It's also worth noting that the finish of the frame is a little bit more glossy. It's that kind of an enamel coat paint, for lack of a better term. And you've also got your, of course, made in Germany stamp on these. These are all made in Germany. The bores on them that we've seen so far are just wonderful. I mean, again, they've seen some use. They have been fired, they have been used, but they are not completely worn out by any means. These are totally good shooters. And many of them even have the accessories. Of course, got a decocker feature on that one. So we've got quite the variety, even though they're all pretty normal SIG 226. Got a little bit of everything in this batch as well for your late 90s and early 2000s SIG Sauer P226. So if something like this interests you, feel free to check us out online. Thank you very much for watching. God bless.